WB0AL, 18-wheel mobile monitoring.
KG4DVE repeater system. W3WVA testing Echolink.
N8QA connected to KG4DVE.
CQ, this is KN4IMU, calling the Tri-State 2-meter net into session. My name is Michael, and I'll be your net control operator this evening. This net is sponsored by the River Cities Amateur Radio Association and meets on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. This net meets on the KG4DV repeater on a frequency of 146.940 with a negative offset and a PL tone of 107.2. The repeater is located on Tarpon Ridge in Bowie County, Kentucky. This net is also connected to the Portsmouth Radio Club repeaters, which would be the NAQA 145.390, negative offset with a PL tone of 136.5, which is located in South Webster, Ohio, and the 444.600, positive offset with no PL, which is located in Portsmouth, Ohio. This net may also be connected to other repeaters using All-Star or Echolink connectivity. This net is an open net. All amateur radio operators are invited to participate in tonight's net, and the only thing you need is a valid amateur radio call sign. Break. Following FCC rules, this net will yield to emergency traffic at any time during the net meeting. All traffic during the net meeting will be directed through net control. When you're asked to check in, please state your call sign slowly and phonetically, followed by your first name. After the check-in process, each station will then have a chance to make a comment or announcement. Rechecks will then be acknowledged and coordinated through net control following the check-in process. This is KN4IMU hosting the Tri-State 2-meter net. Before we begin tonight's net, are there any stations that have emergency or priority traffic for the net? If you have emergency or priority traffic, please call now. Okay, not hearing any emergency or prior traffic, we will start taking check-ins. We will take them in order, starting with short of time and in and out stations. Then we will take check-ins on Echolink, and then we will do a general call for check-ins anywhere. So we will start off with our short of time and in and out stations for tonight's net. If you are short of time or need to check in and out, please call now.
W8XDB, short time. Dave.
Okay, Dave, I got you in there. Since you're short time, we'll go ahead and let you say hi and let you get out of the way. What's going on, Dave? How you been?
Hey, good evening, Mike. Ain't been a whole lot going on. Been sitting at the house because of the gout. So, yeah, it's leaving on my foot finally. And I got I call it tennis elbow, so you know how that feels. I'm sure you've probably had tendonitis before. So gout in one foot, in the heel of my right foot, and tendonitis in the right elbow. And I'm right-handed. It's hard to even eat left-handed. If you've never tried that and you're right-handed, try it sometime. A little bit difficult, but I can definitely grab a hold of Sloppy Joe and devour it. That's no problem there. It's big enough to fit in my hands. That's what I've been into, Mike. I am going to check on my mom and dad. Dad had an 82nd birthday the other day, so had a little party for him. That was on Sunday. So he's hanging right in there. So that's what I got real quick, and I'll get out of the way and tell you to have a good evening. And 73s, W8XDB, back to net control.
Man, I'm telling you, you and Gary, we're going to have to buy you guys some water wingies and helmets if you guys keep hurting yourselves like that. I know you really can't help that, but we can't afford to lose you guys, so we're going to have to protect you somehow, put you in a giant bubble or something, and watch you roll around. So, Dave, good to hear you checking in, man. Tell your, I believe it was your father, you said, tell him we said happy birthday, and appreciate you checking in, man. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you here soon. All right, do we have any other short of time or in and out stations for that? Short of time or in and out stations? Okay, moving on now to Echolink stations. I see we got several on the list tonight, so we'll call for Echolink stations. Any Echolink stations that would like to check in, please call now.
Kilo Delta 8, Papa Tango November, Ken in Flatwoods.
Okay, Ken, I had you in there, KD8PTN on Echolink. Any other Echolink stations that would like to check into the net tonight?
Net Control, please check in Whiskey 5, Kilo, Echo, Bravo, Jeremy in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Net Control, please check in Kilo 5, India Echo Oscar. Michael in Jonesboro.
All right, gentlemen, welcome. I got you both checked in. Whiskey 5, Kilo Echo Bravo, Jeremy, and Kilo 5, India Echo Oscar, Mike, down there in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Glad to have you guys checking into the net tonight. Do we have any other Echolink stations that would like to check in tonight? Okay, moving on now, we'll do a call for check-ins anywhere. Any stations anywhere looking to check into the Tri-State 2-meter net, please call now.
Alpha 8, Whiskey India, Bernie in Portsmouth.
Kilo 8, Delta, Mike Kilo, Daniel, Soda Furnace.
Whiskey 3, Whiskey Victor Alpha, Greg.
Tango, Golf, Tom, beautiful downtown Muletown.
8 SRN, close enough to call it Muletown. Gary.
All right, we'll pause for a second there. We had Bernie, AA8WI, Danny, K8DMK, Greg, W3WVA, Tom, KD8WTG, and Gary, KB8SRN, all checked in. Any other stations that would like to check into the Tri-State 2-meter net, please call now.
Kilo Echo 8, Alpha Alpha Lima, Bill Waverly.
All right, Bill, I got you in there, K8 Alpha Alpha Lima. Any other stations that would like to check in tonight?
KD8 KUM, Outwest Huntington.
All right, Jim, I got you in there, K88 KUM. Any other stations that would like to check into the net tonight? All right, we'll check back again here in a few minutes and see if we got anybody else. We'll go back to the top. We had Dave short of time. So that brings us down to Ken, KD8PTN on Echolink. Ken, what's going on with you, man? How you doing?
Roger, Net Control. Real busy day, just doing personal business, paying bills and all that stuff. I'm kind of, a little disappointed with the way things are with all this COVID, but I would like to say thank you to the officers of the club. You've had a lot to try to deal with, and I appreciate what you have been able to do. We're all just going to have to hang in there and hope for better days. Over.
All right, Ken. Appreciate the kind words there. Yeah, we're doing what we can. Hopefully, we'll have a semi-normal meeting Tuesday. For anybody that doesn't know, we've rescheduled the River Cities Club meeting to next Tuesday, the 15th, at Belafonte in Ashland. We'll be meeting around 6 to grab something to eat, and then hopefully we'll have a meeting at 7. Right now, we don't plan on doing any testing because Daryl said he won't be there, but we'll still at least be able to have a meeting of some sort. Bring your mask and all that fun stuff. Hopefully, we'll be able to keep our distance and at least be able to see everyone. You don't have to show up, but it would definitely be appreciated, and our dues are coming up, so if you do get a chance to bring them, make sure you bring them with you. So, Ken, appreciate you checking in, man. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, moving on, we'll go to Kilo 5, India Echo Oscar, Mike down in Jeremy was first. I apologize about that. Whiskey 5, Kilo Echo Bravo, Jeremy in Jonesboro, Arkansas. You guys are from the same place, but I accidentally looked down a little too far, so we'll start with Jeremy first. Thank you for checking into the net tonight. What's going on down there in Arkansas tonight?
Well, good evening time to you and everybody on the net. Thanks for having me on the net. Not a whole lot going on here in Arkansas. It's real hot and humid, and my neighbor there, Michael, K5IO, he was telling me about y'all having this net on Echo Link, so I looked it up and saved it, and I said, well, we may try to check in tonight. So here we are, and I want to say 73s, and God bless everybody, and thanks for having us, and we'll turn it back over to you. This is W5KEB.
Well, I tell you what, we're tickled to death to have you guys on here. We're glad you're able to join us tonight. We usually have a net Monday through Friday at 8 o'clock here. We trade off with the Portsmouth Radio Club. They do their net Tuesdays, Thursdays. So we do ours Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So there's always a net going on here. So anytime you guys want, you're more welcome to jump in and say hi. Tomorrow night will be the Portsmouth net at 8 o'clock. And Gary, WXAG, he'll be tickled to death to have somebody from out of the area check in. He always gets excited about that. And also tonight at 9 o'clock will be the Hillbilly Ham Ragtoo net, and we'll connect to Alpha Foxtrot 4 Yankee for that. So if you guys want to stick around later or want to check in on their repeater, actually it's a network of repeaters, but you guys are more welcome to do that. And Roland would love to have you guys. So appreciate you checking in. You guys have a good evening. Hopefully you guys are enjoying some good weather down there, and we'll hopefully hear you again here soon. All right, next up was Kilo 5, India Echo Oscar, Mike, also in Jonesboro. Glad you're able to check in tonight, Mike. What's going on?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm having a little bit of trouble with my Echo Link here. But first of all, I want to thank you for allowing me to check into the net. It's been my pleasure. I guess I wanted to try out this Echo Link and find out what it's all about and how well it works. I've had it downloaded on my phone for a while, and this is just my virgin tour. So I want to thank you guys for having me on the net. And this is K5IO, Jonesboro. Just being nosy. God bless and take care, 73s.
All right, Mike. Well, again, we appreciate you all checking in. You guys are more welcome to jump back in. We have a net going on Monday through Friday at 8 o'clock, and then we also connect here on this repeater to another net on Wednesday nights at 9 o'clock. So anytime you guys get a chance to check in, we'd be glad to have you. So appreciate you all checking in. You enjoy your evening, and we will talk to you soon. All right, next up is Bernie, AA8WI. Bernie, what are you getting into this evening?
Well, good evening, Mike, you and everyone on the net. Not a whole lot. I haven't really done much of anything today. Couldn't make it to the meeting last night. I wanted to. I mean, I'm not a member again yet, but I'm going to be. And I've had a headache for about the past 4 days, and I think it has to do with the pollen.
so haven't done much of anything the past couple of days. Anyway, hope everyone's having a good evening, and I will turn it back to you and wish everyone 7-3. AWY.
All right, Bernie. Well, appreciate you checking in, man. Glad to hear you on here. You have a good evening, man, and we'll talk to you soon. And don't feel bad. I missed the meeting last night, too. I got preoccupied with another project and couldn't get over there. So you're not the only one that missed it, but if there's anything good, I'm sure we'll be updating on it. So you have a good evening, man, and we will talk to you soon. All right, next up is Danny, KDMK. Danny, good to hear you on the radio, man. How are you hanging in there?
Well, good evening, Mike, and everybody on the net. Hope everybody's having a good evening. We're hanging in here like a hair in a biscuit, if you know how that is. But we're hanging in, and hopefully be hitting the bricks here before long. And I'm glad we had a meeting last night. I didn't go, but we get this corona thing over with. Maybe we'll start hitting some more meetings and doing some more stuff and get out there and have a good time. So, Mike, thanks for doing the net, brother. You're doing a mighty fine job, and I don't think there was a net last night. Of course, with that your club meeting, of course, I was on here. I didn't hear it, so. All right,
I think you cut out there at the very, very end, Danny, but no, I don't think there was a meeting a net last night because of the meeting. At least I didn't hear anything, so didn't know if Russ was going to try and get out quick enough to do that, but well. Danny, appreciate you checking in, man. Good to hear you on here, and hopefully you're doing well. You have a good evening, man, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, next up is Greg, Whiskey 3, Whiskey Victor Alpha. Greg, what's going on with you, man?
Well, good evening, Mike, and everybody on the net. It's a beautiful evening here in Spring Valley, West Virginia. You might notice I'm logged on Echolink, but I'm just monitoring and recording for check the clarity and signal strength and stuff like that. And yes, there was no net last night. A couple people came on, and I let them know what was going on. But I drove up to Portsmouth, and I met Jerry, the head honcho, and Daryl, Russell, and Mark, the VEs, administering VEs. And I'd like to say, break. I was able to get 50 out of 50. I aced my amateur extra. I am now an amateur extra. I did it in under 10 minutes. I came home, and within 2 hours, using that Laurel system, the FCC had already updated my license online. So I am a general now, and I want to thank everybody up there at Portsmouth Radio Club. I'll look forward to attending one of their meetings. And Mike, this Tuesday, the 15th in Bellefonte and Ashland, where are you guys having that meeting?
Well, Greg, first off, I'll say congratulations, man. Yeah, I was just looking on QRZ as you said that because I knew you were going to be excited to tell us. And, yeah, it does show updated. Last update September 9th at 12:30. So they got on it pretty quick there. But, anyways, congratulations on your upgrade, man. Glad to hear you aced it. The meeting will be at Bellefonte Italian Restaurant. It's on right there at the intersection of 12th Street and Carter Avenue. We'll be over in the party room, so we'll be away from everyone and not disturb anybody. But that's where we're planning on having it unless something changes.
All right, really good. I know where it's is. I know Carter Avenue very well. We played many clubs there, and I'll look forward to meeting you and everybody there. And I'll probably be joining if you all will have me. I would also like to give a shout-out to our new friends in Arkansas. That's Jeremy, W5KEB, and Michael, K5IEO. Always great to hear people from out of the area check into the net. And that's about it for now. I will just say thanks for everybody helping me get my amateur extra exam. And I'll see you out there in about a week, Mike. Back to you, W3WVA. We're clear.
KG4DVE repeater system.
All right, Greg, sounds good, man. Hopefully we'll see you up there, and yeah, we'll allow anybody in that gives us money. That's what we say, but of course that's not everything, obviously. But Greg, appreciate you checking in, man. Congratulations again on upgrading, and glad to hear you got that taken care of. You have a good evening, man, and we will talk to you soon. All right, this is KN4IMU hosting the Tri-State 2-meter net. Moving on now to Tom, KD8WTG up there in Muletown. Tom, you keeping everyone under control tonight?
Okay, good evening, Michael, and everybody on the net. Let's see, what was it? Teddy Roosevelt says, speak softly and carry a big stick. Well, you know, that works most of the time. But yeah, we're keeping everything Coopercetic. I know Rodney says copacetic, but I'll change that a little bit. Keep Rodney in line there. You know, keep him honored. Anyway, yeah, done a little driving today. Went to Beaver, Ohio, up to Jackson, a little bit of Wellston, or this side of Wellston. Went down to Huntington. Picked up some stuff to deliver. I'm gonna break. So yeah, we just finished my supper, matter of fact, and so glad to hear everybody on that, especially the guys on Echo Link there, and I like to hear everybody. So hope everybody's safe and healthy, and back to net control, KD8WTG from beautiful downtown Muletown.
All right, Tom, appreciate you checking in as always, man. Sounds like you get all over the place. You probably drive more than I do, actually. But glad to hear you checking in there. Had a little bit of crackle coming for some reason, just popping, just randomly, so I'm not sure if you changed something. But copied you loud and clear other than that. I'm not sure what it was. But Tom, appreciate you checking in, man. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, next up is Gary, KB8SRN, also in Muletown. Gary, what's going on in your end of town tonight?
Good evening, Michael, and everybody.
Uh-oh, Gary, you still there? Yeah, his radio may have died. We'll give it one more shot and see if he's out there. If not, we'll come back to him. Gary, you still listening? Judging by how he dropped down, I'm going to guess his radio died off there, so we'll come back to Gary here in a sec and see if he swaps batteries out. So we'll drop on down to Bill up there in Waverly, Kilo Echo 8 Alpha Alpha Lima. What's going on in Pike County tonight, Bill?
Well, Mike and everyone on the net, not much of nothing, just typical slow Pike County. Not much goes on up here, and if it does, I guess I must miss it. But got to looking and everything. It's been 2 weeks since I've been to Kroger's, where I went this afternoon, and spent over $200, but it'll probably be a couple weeks before I go again, so that's not a bad thing. Got a big pot of chili cooking on the stove right now, so looking forward to getting a bowl of that and see if I remembered the recipe right, but it's probably going to be good no matter how it turns out. Nothing else really going on up here. Just kind of taking it easy, looking forward to cool down after the next couple days. Looks like it's going to be some nice weather. But got to remember, out in Wyoming, they've already had snow, and I guess that's a forewarning of what we got to look forward to. With that, back to net control, Kilo Echo 8, Alpha Alpha Lima.
All right, Bill, appreciate you checking in, man. Yeah, that snow out there definitely took me by surprise, but I'm ready for it. I don't know if anybody else is. I'm ready for some cooler weather personally, but that's just me. And, yeah, I feel you on going to Kroger, spending a bunch of money. I say between Kroger and Bill's, my money disappears real quick. So I know the feeling there. Bill, you have a good evening, man. Appreciate you checking in as always, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, next up, we'll go to the west end of Huntington. KD8KUM, what's going on with you, man?
Like Fluffy says, it's a struggle. They hired 3 more code enforcers here, and they're getting after everybody. We're in the target area. So I decided I'm going to get my old truck running, going, maybe even get it inspected. So I fought with it all day, the battery charged it all this morning, and it's been sitting there so long it wouldn't take a charge. So I had to put I put it in, I got it up to about 11 volts, and put the battery charger on it, and then I have a 10-year-old jump thing which doesn't work. It's all wore out too. But between all 3 of them, the battery charger, and the jump box thing, it cranked and it fired right up. It's a good old truck. As soon as it got enough battery, it cranked it around and hit right off. So I had to argue with the bees. The bees had got under the hood, and I opened up the hood, and they come out after me and chased me around the yard. And then I come inside, got a can of wasp spray, and I chased them around the yard. And I got 2 of them in there. So the others I might have got 2, but we had a little argument over whose truck it was. So I guess that's a big day for me. Back to you, Mike. 88 KUM.
All right, Jim. Sounds like you've had a pretty busy day there. That's the other thing I'm glad for with the weather dropping off. So I'm ready for all the bugs and wasps, and especially the horseflies go away. The horseflies have been really bad for me this year, so I'm hoping they'll go away here before too long. So, Jim, appreciate you checking in, man. You have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, well, we're fine at the bottom of the list. This is KN4IMU hosting the Tri-State 2-meter net. Before we continue, I do want to pass along a couple quick announcements. First of all, of course, the River Cities Club meeting will be rescheduled to next Tuesday, September 15th at 7 o'clock at Belafonte Italian Restaurant. So if you're wanting to attend, we will be collecting our dues for the upcoming year. The fun part, money talks, and all that. But also, do have a couple prayer requests throw in here. I posted to Facebook here. Keep a couple of members of the Southern Ohio Amateur Radio Association in your prayers. Eddie Jenkins, N8URU, has been dealing with a long-term infection here, and now it turns out his wife, Annabelle, KBATGI, has been admitted potentially for a stroke. So we're waiting to hear some word on that. But if you would keep Eddie and Annabelle in your prayers. Also, Keith Brooks, NADKB, I believe he had surgery today. And will be is in recovery, so just say a little prayer for him too, make sure everything comes out okay. But I haven't had a chance to talk to him. Do want to pass those along. Break. All right, with that being said, we are at the bottom of the list, and we are still taking check-ins for tonight's net. So if anyone else would like to check into the Tri-State 2-meter net, please call now.
Please check in Kilo Echo 4 Echo Whiskey Sierra John in South Ashland.
Hi, John. I got you checked in, KE4EWS. Any other stations that would like to check in?
Whiskey Bravo 4 Golf X-Ray Romeo Frank in Ashland.
All right, Frank, I got you checked in, WB4GXR. Any other stations that would like to check into the net? All right, well, we'll go back up here to John and see what's going on over there in South Ashland tonight. KE4EWS, how you doing, John?
KE4EWS, I'll say good evening to everybody. And I've been in a lot of excruciating pain. I got up the other morning to go use the bathroom about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I fell. I mean, that's all you can say about it. I fell, and I hurt my leg and where my hip joins together. I hurt that. It still hurts, and I did that Saturday of last week. I don't know what's wrong with me, and I sure ain't going to go to no stinking doctor. KE4EWS, back to the net.
Well, John, we're glad you're able to check in, man. Sorry to hear that you fell and hurt yourself there. I say hopefully you get better. But appreciate you checking into the net tonight, man. You have a good evening as best you can, and we'll talk to you here soon. All right, next up is Frank, WB4GXR. Frank, what are you up to?
4GXR, hello, Mike, and everybody on the net. Just got in from cutting some grass. Seems like that is always what I'm doing. And not a whole lot. Been recharging a deep cycle battery. I do that about once a month, make sure it's ready to go. And sounds like you've got a good net going on. I think you said you had some outsiders from Arkansas, and someone upgraded their license, so congratulations to them. So that's about all we've got. Just want to make sure the radio and everything's working. Everybody's sounding good. So WB4GXR back to net.
All right, Frank, appreciate you checking in. Yeah, that was great. W3WVA, he upgraded to extra, so definitely congratulate him on that. He said he aced it, so I guess we can all be proud of him. If I'd be happy if I just passed, but acing it, he's definitely wanting to put that knowledge to good use, so that's a good thing. So, Frank, you have a good evening, man. We'll talk to you here soon. All right, well, we're at the bomb list again, still taking check-ins for tonight's Tri-State 2-meter net. If anyone else would like to check into the net tonight, please call now. A second call for check-ins for tonight's Tri-State 2-meter net. If anyone else would like to check in, please call now.
W3WVA recheck.
Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, I just wanted to respond real quick that hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit, Ken, that was funny. And then Jim, you're my neighbor here. You're real close to me here in the West End. And congratulations on the Battle of the Bees. Like maybe rag chew sometime with you on 2-meter net here. But I wanted to mention real quickly that our new friends from Arkansas mentioned they want to know what they sound like. Break. If anybody wants to know what they sound like, if you go to my QRZ page, W3WVA, you'll find a link there to some Facebook, and that's where I post the nets and the local propagations around the area. Usually I only record the nets. I don't record people's personal conversations. But it's a good way to check your signal and clarity and stuff like that. So if you go to the page and you want to hear what you sound like on the other end, you can do that there. And they're usually posted before midnight every night. So back to you. Thanks again, Michael. And everybody, thanks for the well wishes. And I'll see you guys on the next net. We're clear.
Appreciate the info, pass that along there. I'll have to check that out sometime. So there's a way where you can set up All-Star to record things. I just never bothered with it. So anyways, appreciate you checking in again, man. I say enjoy your upgraded privileges there. All right, do we have any other stations wanting to check into the net tonight? All right, I'll go and throw myself down. Yeah. Today was my off day, so I kind of lounged around. Then I finally got a message for somebody to buy my old truck, so I got it sold and went and bought a fire pit right after that. So been a pretty busy day as far as that goes. So glad we're able to get that sold and have some money. Money is what's important anymore, unfortunately. But I was gonna I'd take better advantage of the money than having the truck around anyways. But yeah, well, so. That's how my day's gone. Break. Again, don't forget the Hillbilly Ham Rag Chew net tonight at 9 o'clock. Here on the Ashland Pier will be linked to the Hillbilly Ham Network for that. So if you're around late night and want to check into that, have at it. And then tomorrow night at 8 o'clock will be the Portsmouth Radio Club 2-meter net at 8 o'clock. On both repeaters with Gary WX8G as net control, and it's Traders Night So if you have a for sale or a wanted ad to post, pass it along and see what he says. And then at 8:30 p.m. will be the Ohio Valley Aries Races Net. That'll be on the linked 146-610 and 146-715 repeaters. So if you get a chance to check into that at 8:30 tomorrow night, make sure you do that. All right, well, we've had a pretty good net tonight, but we'll do a final call for check-ins and see if anybody else checks into the net. If we don't get anybody else, then we'll close the net out. So anyone wishing to check into the Tri-State 2-meter net tonight, please call now.
Recheck.
Good with the recheck.
Yeah, Michael, this is Tom, KD8WTG, talking to Gary on the landline. His battery died on his radio, so he just, wanted to finish checking in there. So, all right, 73's, talk to you later, KD8WTG.
I just realized I forgot to recheck for him to see if he joined back up, so that's my fault. Did he get back on the radio, or is he just, his battery's dead and he won't be able to join us again?
That's affirmative.
Alright, well, maybe he'll remember for tomorrow then, but I completely forgot to recheck for him, so that's my fault, so I apologize about that anyways, but it's not like you would have heard it, so. Anyways, appreciate you passing that along, Tom, and tell him, appreciate him checking in, and hopefully he'll be able to get back in another night, so. Appreciate you, Tom. You have a good evening, man, and hopefully we'll hear you check in again soon. Alright, one more call for check-ins for the Tri-State 2-meter net. If anyone else would like to check into the net tonight, please call now.
KD8 IIP.
Alright, got you in there. KD8 IIP. Got you checked in there. Any other stations wanting to check in tonight? Alright, Larry. Well, mic's all yours. What's going on with you, man?
Not much. Recovering from surgery and doing a battle with cancer a little bit. So we've been out of the radio there for a little while, but just want to check in and I want to say hello to you and everybody on the net.
Alright, Larry. Well, glad you're able to check in, man, and good to hear hopefully surgery went well, and hate to hear that, but hopefully we'll get another report from you again one day saying that you beat it. We'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers. So go get some rest, man. Hopefully we'll hear you check in again here soon, and try and enjoy your evening. All right, any other stations want to check into the net? One last call for check-ins for tonight's Tri-State 2-meter net. If anyone else would like to check into the net tonight, please call now. Alright, well, not hearing anybody else, and we'll close the net out for this evening. I'd like to thank everyone that checked into tonight's net and those that stood by while the net was being conducted. We had a total of 15 check-ins, so pretty good for a Wednesday night. Don't forget the Hillbilly Ham net tonight at 9 o'clock. Don't forget the Portsmouth Radio Club net tomorrow night at 8 o'clock on both of these repeaters. And the Ohio Valley Aries Races net at 8:30 p.m. And we'll be back on Friday night for the next meeting of the Tri-State 2-meter net. At this time, I'll now turn all repeaters connected back to normal radio use. I'd like to wish everyone a good evening. Enjoy the beautiful weather out there. Enjoy the cool down. And net will be closed at 8:42 p.m. This is KN4IMU Net Control, and I'll be clear.
KG4DVE repeater.
This is KN4IMU taking down the link.
N8QA disconnected.
KG4DVE repeater system